welcome back to our channel. We are wanting to film today because we filmed lots of clips on Egg Retrieval Day.
We're a little bit behind.
We are a little bit behind. We filmed lots of different clips throughout the day, and when I went to edit them back, they make no sense because we didn't film intros or outros to anything. So
we had other things on our mind.
We had other things
to
on.
be fair.
Yes, so we thought we would just film a quick bit today that we can then pull all the videos together for the day.
Make it a bit more sensible for y'all.
Yeah. So our day started really early.
Very early.
We had not slept particularly well, and we arrived at the clinic early. So we're at the clinic this morning for egg retrieval. I am feeling excited, but I'm probably more nervous. So I've got quite a sore stomach, and I'm a bit jittery. But looking forward to it being done and seeing how many eggs we get. Woohoo! Woohoo! And it shouldn't take very long. They said about half an hour because of how many follicles that I have. So yeah. So after that we went into our room. Well, we went in to check in. You check in at one place and then they let you in and you sit, and we barely had our bums in the seats in the waiting room. They called us through to our room because again it was so early and they were expecting us. They checked us in, they settled us in. The nurse was so nice. I'm probably going to say that lots of times, but she was so nice to us.
And one thing that we weren't, well, I don't know that I was sure about, but that we got our own room.
Yeah.
That I was allowed in and I got to stay in there the entire time, which was lovely because it meant I felt like I wasn't just sitting in a waiting room, which was good.
Which was really, really good. So yeah, we got nice and settled in. Yeah. So once we were all settled in, they all come round to talk to you kind of one by one. So you have your nurse come round, then the anaesthetist, I can't say
I'm
that
not going to try.
and the embryologist.
No, the doctor.
The doctor, the consultant who's going to do it. So all of them came around and let us know what was going on. They were all really nice. I was really nervous about the anaesthetic because I'd had an anaesthetic in the past, and the similar sort of anaesthetic where you're kind of half awake and half not, and I was really nervous about being awake. When I think I said in a previous video, when I dislocated my elbow, I was given the same anaesthetic, and apparently I was awake the whole time, but I don't have any memory of it, and Sheila wasn't allowed to be with me because of COVID, so I don't actually know what happened to me in that time. But there was like, one of the nurses said to me like, oh, sorry for shouting at you, and which I don't remember, which makes me think, why were you shouting at me and what was going on? So I feel really weirdly vulnerable about it all, and it's not really a nice experience. So I explained that to the anaesthetist. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, and they were really, really nice, and were like, right, we'll just knock you out, you'll be fine. Even if you wake up, we won't tell you like what happens in the surgery room, stays in the surgery room.
The nurse said that as well.
Oh, yeah, the nurse
was like, well, I will never tell you that.
Yeah. She's like, even if I shout at you, I wouldn't tell you. So like, it was really, I felt so much better about it all, and it was fine. Yeah. So they took me through, so they come and get you and they tell you to like empty your bladder right before you go, so then you kind of know, and then that's when it really kicked in and I got really nervous because I knew it was like 5 minutes countdown. And they took me through. Sheila wasn't allowed to come through with me. They wheeled me. It was literally like from here to over there across the hall.
If I looked out the door when the theatre door was open, I could see her in the theatre because it was literally there
across the hall. So they just wheeled me straight across. She had prepared me really well for what was going to happen. So the anaesthetist was on one side, the nurse was on the other. They took my hand, they were like tapping it and rubbing it and getting all organised, put the thing in my hand, which I just only lost the bruise from. And
she
then
bruises easy.
Yeah. And then got me all organised with the anaesthetic, got my legs up into the stirrups, and then kind of asked me like, are you ready to go? And I was just like, just let's go. They put the mask on, and the mask was really annoying me when it went on, because she kind of put it on squint, and it was like, and I was trying to fix it, but I couldn't use this hand because the doctor had
the sleep
doctor had it, and then she had my other hand, so I was just like really awkward, which I think the reason I'm telling you that story is because I woke up apparently complaining about the mask. trying to take it off, and I don't remember that at all, but I think that's why, because apparently however you go to sleep is how you wake up. So if you're quite relaxed when you go to sleep, you'll wake up quite relaxed, whereas I think I went to sleep annoyed at the mask, so I woke up trying to take the mask off. But I don't, they were literally like, you'll be asleep in the next 10 seconds, like you won't remember any of this, and then that was it. The next thing I remember is Sheila talking to me. She told me that she filmed me, and I didn't remember that, which was slightly concerning. I have no memory of her filming me.
Can I just say, the only reason that I filmed her is because she said to me, if you get an opportunity to film me, then film me, because I'd like to see what I'm like. I didn't just film her for the fun of it.
Well, I just wanted to see, like, again, I have this fear of not remembering. So I wanted to be able to watch it back and be like, oh, that's how I was when I woke up. So Sheila filmed me waking up, and I will insert a very small clip of it here.
You okay?
Don't film me.
You told me I should film you. You alright?
How long have I been back here?
We've only been back here for literally 2 minutes. They just filled you straight in, and they took your blood pressure and your oxygen levels. And then she's just gone out to find out about the eggs, okay?
And everything looks okay.
Yeah, they said everything was fine and all your levels are good.
The pain is bad.
Oh, do you want the little pink blanket over you? Yeah, make you cozy.
I was only conscious for, I would say, a maximum of 1 minute. Like...
That's not very long at all.
No, like when they wheeled me through.
Yeah.
They took my blood pressure. It was still on me.
Yeah, they just got to check it later as well.
And he's just like tapping my hand. To try and get blood flow. It's still really sore, it's pinchy.
But the hand is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just the tape. The tape's quite tight, but they'll sort that for you just now as well.
You put it in, and he said, okay, here's one for the pain, and here's one for you to go sleep. We're going to give you about 10 seconds, and then my lovely nurse arrived and held my hand. She said, you want me to hold your hand? I said, yeah, and she said, okay. She said, it won't be long, and you're just going to relax. And I could feel it, you know that? When you feel sleep come?
Yeah.
Like the milliseconds before sleep.
Yeah.
And that was it. And now we're here.
Fabulous.
So that was me essentially waking up.
Can I just say that before she woke up, after she abandoned me in the little room, it was my time to do my first injection, because I had to start that the day that they took the eggs, and I had to do one in the morning and one at night. They said to try and do them 12 hours apart, so we were trying to work out like what time that would make sense to be. So we kind of were plumping for around 9 o'clock morning and night. So that was kind of when Jess got taken through. So I set myself up. I'd taken everything with me to do my first injection. Did an alright-ish job of trying to film it, but this is what I got, so you can see how it went. So they've just come in and taken Jess away into theatre for egg retrieval, which means it's about 9:15, and I need to take my first injection, which I'm a bit nervous doing by myself. But I've taken my little bag with all of our little bits in it, and we're going to give it a go before anybody comes back, so I've got some time. I packed it all up last night, so I've got my little bag with all my bits in it. I put one of the vials in it. I haven't even opened one of these bags, so I'm not really sure. So I have my little vial that I need to use, and then I've got my syringe, and then I've got 2 needles, a big one and a small one. So that's the big one that I use to draw the liquid out, and then that is the small one. So the top of this just pops off. Oh, so then I'm left with just a little lid like that, and then I have my syringe that just peels open, and then I'm going to peel open the big needle carefully, and then pop that on the end. Oh, clicked, there we go. Jesus, that is a big needle. Pull that off. God, I don't know where the camera is on this. Glad that's not going into me. So then she said, I just burst the plastic on this, tip the bottle. I don't know that that's, oh there we go. And then I draw it up, draw all the liquid up. She said not to be scared, to bend the needle, make sure I get all the liquid up. Okay, so I think that's all the liquid. Oh no, see, it all came out again. Jesus, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Draw the liquid up. And then I take it out of here. And then put it upside down. And then I tap it to get all the bubbles to the top. And then she said, I just push it up slowly, so that the liquid kind of goes there. And then I need to change the needle. So I need to take this one off. Oh, I did this badly. Should have opened this earlier. Okay. I can do this. This is okay. And then I'm going to put the new one on. Pull that off. That's a smaller needle now. It's a bit better. You see that? I don't know. Okay, and then just push it up a little bit, make sure all the bubbles are away. Okay, and then she said, oh my god, she said I can do it into my stomach or my thigh. So I'm going to do it in my stomach, I think. I'm just going to stand up. I don't know if I'm able to get this or not. Okay, so take a little bit like that, go at 45 degrees, in we go, push the liquid in. It's quite hard to push the liquid in, you have to push quite hard in the syringe. Ooh, okay, okay, there we go, and we're right down. And then let that go, pull the needle out, and we're done. Yay! First one. So, fucking hell, that was weird. Excuse my language, I shouldn't have sworn. So we're done. That was a bit weird. Kind of did it by myself, felt a bit funny. But I brought my box with me so I can put my needles in here. I'm not sure about my little vial. I'm guessing that can go in here as well. Yeah. Okay. And then I need to go and take one of my pessaries. Next fun bit. I'm not taking you with me for that.
So after Sheila's injection, after I came back groggy, which are now not in the right order, but anyway, just roll with it. We then we were given some time for me to kind of like come around and get organised and know what was going on. They came in and out a few times and checked on me. They eventually took the thing out of my hand, which I think made me really happy. Again, I don't actually remember any of that, but I remember being annoyed by it.
Yeah, you were also annoyed by your blood pressure cuff.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was hurting you, and I took that off you. And then you gave me a ride for taking it off you because you said they needed it, and I said that was okay, they could put it back on when they needed it.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with all the things on me.
No,
that was the way I woke up.
Yeah,
I woke up annoyed with the mask, which I don't remember. I remember slightly being annoyed with the thing on my hand because that was as I was starting to become. It was really tight, like the way that they'd push the needle in. It was like really, even when he put it in, I remember being like, ow, and then looking at it being like, it's still hurting, and then I fell asleep. So again, waking up, I was like, mask thing on my hand. Like all like trying to pull everything off myself. But I was okay.
Yeah.
I was okay. I
You
wasn't like
were-
I wasn't a handful or anything.
you were grand.
And
You kept thanking everybody for being so kind to you.
they were all
and
so
to
nice.
you.
So obviously I had some nice memories too,
Yeah.
especially that nurse. Like, she was so nice to me. She was proper, like, held my hair and she held my hand and she was like, "You're just gonna have a little sleep." And I was like, "Okay, I'm good." She was so nice. I woke up really full of love for her as well. And yeah, then they told me, like, once they took the thing out of my hand, they were sure my blood pressure was okay.
You got a cup of tea and
I got tea and biscuits.
So did I, to be fair.
Yeah, I ate all the biscuits.
I didn't get a biscuit.
Yeah, they gave us like 4 packets and I ate them all.
You did. I did
They were
get
only
my,
those
I
tiny
did get
ones.
my tea though.
They were only those like
Yeah,
tiny
the
ones
little-
that have like 2 like thin biscuits in it, and I was like proper starving because I hadn't been allowed to eat anything since the night before. So yeah, I ate all the biscuits, which was allowed.
That was allowed, yes.
And then we had to get dressed. Well, like, I did. You weren't undressed.
I was already dressed.
I got dressed and we just had to wait around for the embryologist to phone us about the eggs, because even though they were kind of next door, COVID and stuff,
Yeah, they stopped doing it. They said they used to come in, but because of COVID they've stopped.
The nurse did come in and tell us
How many eggs?
yeah, but then the embryologist was to phone us about next steps and stuff.
Yeah, and when they'd next be in touch and what the week would look
And
like.
how they looked
stuff.
and things like that. So they told us before. We didn't actually film them telling us how many eggs, because I was still totally out of it at that point. But we got 22 eggs, which was insane and made me really happy, except that as they said, "You got 22," and I started to celebrate, they then said, "And anything over 18 can cause over hyperstimulation syndrome. So here's 10 days of heparin injections that you can now take." And I was just like,
literally thought all the injections were over.
I had a pure party, like, celebrating taking my last injection. And then I had now had 10 more days. But to be honest, I was fine, because I would still take the 22 eggs if it meant the injections. But I just didn't know that was a thing. Nobody prepared me that might happen.
But worth it, kind of, definitely.
Yeah, definitely worth it, because I didn't want to end up hospitalised for overstimulating. But yeah, so 22 eggs. And then we got our phone call from the embryologist, so we'll put some of that in here.
What are you doing?
We're very excited.
You've done very well. How's Jessica feeling?
She's all right.
I'm good.
She's here. She's awake now, at least, which is a good start.
Lovely. Awake and feeling okay though.
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Fabulous. Well done, Jessica. Okay, so 22 eggs that we got, which is fantastic.
Woohoo!
They're looking just as they should. Sometimes there's a bigger number of eggs like that. We do find there's maybe a few that are not such good quality, and that's something we won't notice until tomorrow when we're checking for fertilisation.
Yeah.
But the majority look absolutely fine. They've got nice cells around them, looking just as they should, so that's great.
Good news, yeah.
Yeah, very good. The sperm has prepared well. It's good numbers, good motility. Very happy with that.
Oh, good.
So we pop the sperm in with the eggs a little bit later on today. So we do that about 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay.
And then leave the sperm to get on with it themselves. So they break down the cells around the egg and hopefully fertilise the egg.
Yep.
Now, as an average, we expect about 60 to 70% to fertilise. It can obviously be more than that and can be less than that.
Okay.
There is a risk with any case that we do, even when we've seen fertilisation before, there is a risk that nothing fertilises.
Sure, yeah.
So nothing to suggest that should happen, and it is very unusual, but we just have to mention it to everybody.
Okay.
So then we will call you tomorrow. Now, who's the best number to call tomorrow? Let's call you.
Yeah, probably this one, actually, yeah, just in case.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Lovely. We'll give you a call tomorrow morning. I don't know exactly what time it will be, but it will be before lunch. So hopefully kind of 9ish, 10ish or so. Give you a call, let you know how many we have fertilised. And then the plan will be to culture the embryos up to day 5 for transfer.
Yeah.
So Saturdays for transfer, and by that time we hope to see them at blastocyst.
Yeah.
So again, as they develop, some will move on better than others. That's what we see in every case.
Yeah.
So we won't see every single embryo developing on to become a blastocyst.
Yeah.
As an average, again, it's around 40 to 50% that get there, and that can be more, can be less, and there is always that chance that we find nothing gets onto the correct stage by Saturday. Again, unlikely, but we have to mention it.
Yeah. Okay. And will you like keep us posted during the week as to how things are? Yeah.
So they'll be from tomorrow morning. They'll be in the embryoscope, so we'll be able to see how they're developing, and without disturbing them at all. So we'll give you a call again. So call you tomorrow with fertilization. Then there'll be another call on Thursday, which will be day 3. Hopefully the embryos will be between 6 and 8 cell by then.
Okay.
We will give you a call again also on Friday, give you a quick update. Day 4 is a difficult day, so Friday will be day 4. Day 4 is difficult to say too much about the quality because it's quite an intermediate in between stage between cells and blastocysts. But we'll certainly give you a little update on Friday and also set up times for Saturday.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
Generally on the Saturday it's about 10:30, 11:30, round about that kind of time.
To get the phone call
for
to come in.
Time.
Oh, for the transfer time. All right, okay.
Just in case you've got any. Not like anyone.
No, but we were trying to work that out earlier. We thought it might be the afternoon actually, so it's good to know it's liable to be the morning. Yeah.
Generally, it's kind of mid to late morning. But if it's a very busy Saturday, it sometimes can fall into lunchtime, early afternoon.
Okay.
Most likely, though, you'll be earlier rather than later, like maybe 11ish.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so
Fabulous.
all good so far.
Great news.
Can I ask a question? As the embryos develop, do they get graded? Like I always hear people talking about the grades of embryos. What does that mean, and how do you guys grade them, or what are you looking for?
Yes, we do grade them. We grade them on day 3 when we're checking the development of them.
Okay.
And then we grade them again on Saturday on day of blastocyst. So the blastocyst grading is the kind of most important because you can see an embryo that maybe is a top grade on day 3 that turns into a beautiful top grade blastocyst. So the grading system, we grade them from a blastocyst from A to D. And there's various kind of stages of if it's fully expanded and top quality, that's a grade A. But A, B, and C are all okay. D is not so good.
Okay.
So a B is actually, although a B sounds maybe worse than an A, it's a B is actually still a top grade blastocyst. It's just less expanded. So A is fully expanded. B is still top grade, but less expanded. So
okay.
So we can give you a full rundown of grading as well when we see you on Saturday.
Brilliant.
Tell you what. They do have a score generated by the embryoscope, which is up to 9.9, which I mean we very, very rarely see anything in the kind of 9s, but it generates, that embryoscope generates a grading score number based on how it's dividing and developing.
Okay.
That's really helpful. Thank you.
No, so just one step at a time. So
Yeah.
I know it's
I'm just so curious. I just hear people talking about it all the time, and I didn't really understand. So
it's you want to know what's coming ahead, and what to expect and things. So, and try as much as you can just to kind of go one step at a time. Everything's looking great today.
Okay.
And big step between today and tomorrow is just get fertilization.
Yeah.
And then so we'll keep you posted. Obviously, if you were staying home and stressing on a day that we're not phoning you, by all means give us a call. If you're worrying, we can put your mind at rest.
Okay. That's good to know. Thank you.
And I assume then, because you're saying that the sperm is all looking good and everything, that we don't need to do ICSI, because there was a query over that because we had picked motility 10 that we might need to do ICSI. I assume that's not going to need to happen.
No, there's nothing to suggest that we need to do ICSI. The sperm looks fabulous. There's nothing apparent with the eggs that would worry us. So no, I mean that doesn't obviously guarantee that we will get fertilization, but there's certainly no indication to do ICSI.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Really thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So just take care and just make sure you're just resting, keep your fluid levels up, and call us. I'll get Sheila to call us if there's any symptoms that you're worried about.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sheila will look
I was
after
going to say that's my job for the day is to look after her.
Perfect. That sounds fabulous. Okay, I'll speak to you then tomorrow morning.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
I'm so happy that she said the sperm looks fabulous.
I
How
know.
weird is
We've
that?
been so nervous about
Since
that.
when was I ever going to be excited about fabulous looking sperm?
I know.
I'm so happy.
Me too.
That's good.
Yeah.
This is everything is
As
good
good
as
as
it
can
could be.
be,
Until, and then we'll just deal with tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yay!
I can't do it. There we go. Pew pew. So pretty much after that, we just went home. We got settled.
Yeah.
We got some sort of takeout, McDonald's or something on the way home.
Yeah, you did, because I was driving the
got
big
KFC.
car, which I'm sure you all remember. I don't like driving.
She did great, by the way. Like I
I
don't know.
drive through that's like this small.
She didn't bump any curbs.
I didn't bump any curbs.
It was helpful that I was quite relaxed.
Yes.
I
Kept me quite relaxed.
Yeah, I was like, "You're doing great. You're doing so great," and she was like,
And then she went, "Oh, let's go for takeout." Oh.
"Yeah."
Anyway,
Which was fine.
Yeah.
And we got home and we then just kind of settled in and we filmed like a last clip of me
You were all cozy on the couch
cuddling
with Hugo.
We got 22. We got 22 eggs. We're so happy. I'm a bit tired now. But no, feeling really good, feeling really positive. And we got to speak to the embryologist. She was so nice, which is different because the embryologist we spoke to before when we were talking about the sperm was a bit like, she was just very factual, which is obviously how you want your scientist to be. But this one was like, "Oh my god, you got 22, that's amazing." And we were nervous about the sperm because obviously we weren't sure if we were going to have to do ICSI. So I think we've said that previously. The reason for that, if you don't know, is because we got sperm that was motility 10 and they weren't sure if there was enough in like a 0.5 ml straw for if we got lots of eggs. And obviously because we had lots of follicles, we were thinking, oh, we might get a good number of eggs and will we need to do ICSI or what will happen? So she said, no, they've thawed the sperm, it looks amazing. So our eggs are going to be fertilised at 2 p.m. today, which is actually probably pretty soon. I don't know what time it currently is.
1:28.
1:28, so half an hour till fertilisation. Although they said around 2 o'clock, but I obviously held on to this one piece of information. And then they're going to phone us in the morning and tell us how many fertilised. So yeah, so that is our egg retrieval day.
Adventure.
Yeah, it was just like a nice kind of day.
Yeah.
The egg retrieval was fine. I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
The pain afterwards was pretty bad. You'll have heard me complain about that in video. The pain was worse in the days kind of afterwards.
Yeah, you had quite a lot of cramping, didn't you?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But we will fill you in on that as we go.
Yeah.
So that is our egg retrieval day. If you have any comments or questions or anything like that, or you're about to go through it, please feel free to leave us a message and we will endeavour to share our experience. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye.